All right, it is Support Your Parks weekend for POTA. So I am actually going to bring out my POTA rig for this year. Now, this rig is actually going to be something that it's easy to build. Doesn't take a lot to it. Just starting out, the case is actually from Walmart. This is a Heart Tool case. This normally comes inside the case, but it also clips to the top, which is kind of cool because you can actually store various items in here. I happen to have my antenna counterpoise wires and antenna in there. More to come on that. If you don't need that, this is removable, but I need it, so I'm clipping it back on. Has two latches, has actually a spot to secure with a padlock if you want to. Now, this has got some surprises in it. In my kit this year, I'm changing things up ever so slightly. I'm actually going to go to a little bit higher output radio. So this year, I'm using the FT891. I have one gripe with this case, and that was it right there. The top does not like to stay up. So I'm going to the 891 for this year. I have two 6 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries. This has been in every video that I've ever shot. This is RG316. I have adapters on it. Normally they have BNC. I have them set up for PL259. In here I also have the Antuner AT100M. In here I'm also carrying an external speaker. This is the Radioddity external speaker. Can be had for pretty inexpensively. This entire kit is not expensive, but I'm also going to be doing one more video on a budget kit too. In here I also have a 9-to-1. It says 1-to-9, but it's a 9-to-1 Ballon. Of course, microphone for the radio. Now in the lid, this is where it gets a little interesting. Some of these might be familiar. This one is a Little Dude 6, or LD6. This piece that you saw me move is actually for the 9-to-1 to sit in here and clamp to the base of the LD6. This is a 4-to-1 that I'm also going to be using. That's going to be tested here in another upcoming video, just to test what I can do with this antenna. This antenna is going to have a couple different settings. Underneath is the Dude Spike, which I happened to get not too long ago, when I got the mast actually. PVC pipe. When you get a Dude Spike, let me just adjust here. As we all know, I generally don't do jump cuts. When you get the spike, you get the spike itself, this cap, and what's cool about this cap is that the spike actually threads inside this cap for storage. So you can see there's a threaded area in the bottom of that. So when you travel with this, you don't need to have the spike hanging out. It can actually go right down the middle of your pipe. And then of course this screws on to this bushing that goes on the outside of your PVC pipe. Now when you get this, you do not get the PVC pipe with it. The PVC pipe is something you have to provide to put this together. But it's 10.5 inches of PVC pipe. This bushing is glued on with simple super glue, or CA, if you want to use CA. Same thing, really. And then the other end is glued on for the spike to actually screw into when you're using it out in the field. So you unscrew it from here. It's an M10 thread. And then this screws in like so. I do have the steel spike as well. This one is the aluminum. But it just screws in the end there. And this part goes back on this end. And you have your ground spike for the LD6. Now getting back to the kit, the LD6 is a great little mast. I'm going to be deploying that today, and I will actually show it when I deploy it. Easy to set up, easy to take down, super light, short, but what I've done with this, as you can see in the lid, there are 2 clips. We're going to use this guy to show it. There's a clip right here that actually fits the LD6 and the spike. So if you were to use one of these cases, it actually is designed to screw in the little backer screws right here. They're all over the top of this case. This is actually done the same way. So this has a screw hole in the back and then ridges that fit, or cutouts that fit these ridges. So when this is sitting there, it doesn't move left or right, doesn't spin around. This was also printed. This was a combination design that I worked with Ham Radio Dude. And these were actually kind of a hybrid of this, but done to mount this in the top of this case, or in any case, really, because you can just screw through it and put a rivet through. You could put a small bolt through, whatever you want to use. So that's my current case. That's what I'm going to be using this season for Parks on the Air. Simple, easy. The antenna will either be the JPC 12, Pac 12, or the LD6 that I've got there, or I've got one other antenna that is going to be shown in an upcoming video. It's going to be in my budget series. We're going to be doing radio on a budget, basically a POTA kit, and that'll be actually coming up very shortly. For now, I appreciate you guys watching. If you found anything entertaining or educational, feel free to drop me a like, subscribe, come along for the ride. Thanks for watching.
014.2550 megahertz USB.